Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your body tarot reading. This is not literally about your body, but these cards are called the body tarot. And I just felt like working with them tonight for some reason. I felt like at first I wanted to work with the century cards because there's some sort of tarot cards for the new century. But then I said I want to work with the body cards. That's what I want to work with. I want to work with the body cards. So, I did some cleaning around. My desk is not completely perfect, but I moved the desk around so that could get like a good center view of the tapestry, I guess you want to call it that. So that it is centered and not off to the side. Um the whole reason I was uncertain about moving it was because I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm getting in anyone's space. Like, I don't, like, you guys got to understand, like, I got altars in my room in different places, and I did used to have an altar here, and I moved it to another place, and, so now it just feels weird moving this table around in this area where this is the place I had an altar. Um, but this was the only place in the room that had the two areas with thumbtacks in them where I could hang something. So I chose this spot. And I hope I don't make any ancestors or family members mad by choosing this spot. Not that they do anything, it's just I don't like making spirits mad. So, which some of the spirits I worry about, they've ascended anyways. So I don't even know why I'm even worried, but it's an old habit. So let's get started. This is going to be a 5-card spread, okay? And this is mainly about any issues you are going through. And it may not even apply to you. The issue that I find may not even apply to you. I am thirsty. It is so hot. So, for our first card, we have the 7 of Water, which is rationality. Rationality. Okay. It could be that you need to drink more water, but for this 5-card spread, the 7 of Water is basically the root of your question. And we're going to look at what 7 of Water means in this deck. And I do see the kidneys on this card, either the kidneys and the bladder. And, intuitively, if I was doing an intuitive read, some of you may need to drink more water, like at least 7 cups a day. I know they tell you 8 cups, but some of you are doing good just to even get 7 cups. So with 7 of Water, we have you ever held out for a better offer, only to find you lost the one you had in hand? This card calls for decisions to be made rationally and without dreamy fantasies. Just because someone told you that they heard of a house that sold for twice what yours is worth in your area last month does not mean that you will achieve the same price. Don't let the stars in your eyes blind you to what must be done in the here and now. The more you can keep yourself from daydreaming and stick to the facts, the better the outcome will be. So, the root of your issue is you basically need to ground yourself. In order for you to have whatever it is you're seeking, whether it's emotional stability or financial stability, you need to ground yourself. You can't be daydreaming about somebody This card actually kind of reminds me of idealization. And idealization is when we're little kids and we look up to our parents and we think that they're perfect and can do no wrong. It's normal to believe that when we're little kids. But there could be somebody you're idolizing or somebody that you used to idolize, and you don't need to do that. You need to look at the facts when it comes to this person, okay? So if you find somebody really attractive, instead of being like, well, they're so attractive, I want to be with them. And no, look at the facts. How have they been treating you? Would this work out based on how they have been treating you or how they've treated you? Look at the facts, okay? Now, for your second card, we have Two of Fire, which is dominance. Okay, dominance. And this is your subconscious reactions. You may be wanting to dominate somebody. You get that feeling for them, and then that feeling threatens you. It's threatening to you, not threatens you, but it's threatening to you, and then you want to maybe assert your dominance. Now, the twos represent partnerships in this deck, not necessarily romantic relationships, but the dynamic when two people interact with each other. So, a fire partnership is often characterized by one partner being the bolder or more dominant of the two. You have to be careful not to let a quieter party feel oppressed or subdued by the one who is louder and perhaps more confident. When that lesson of mutual respect is earned, this is a good pairing for getting creative endeavors off the ground and for bringing life enhancing projects to market. So, there could be somebody that's interested in a business opportunity with you, or you are with them, but somebody may be having a subconscious reaction where they tend to dominate the other person more. And there needs to be mutual respect. I mean, both people need to be listened to. It can't be a situation, where I think I'm right and I think I'm the best and I'm going to dominate with my voice, and you can't do that. And if this person's doing it to you, they need to stop. So to me, this card is basically about you communicating better with somebody, you needing to communicate better with somebody. Now, the conscious actions going on concerning your situation are the Nine of Wood, worry, Nine of Wood, worry. So you are worried about something. Spending time fretting never got anything resolved. We must not expend our energies in worrying about things that can't be changed. Lay down the burden and set yourself free. So, some of you could be going through some sort of issue with somebody, and you're very worried about that person. You're like, well, are they ever going to show up again? Are they ever going to talk to me again? What's going to happen? And it's basically saying, this card is saying, do not worry, because worrying is not going to help you. But it looks like an offer may be coming in, because I do see the Ace of Earth, which is the payoff card. This is the helpful influence. Somebody may be wanting to make you an offer. This really could be a business offer because, like I said, with that Two of Fire, some sort of business offer. And now that, money is involved with the Ace of Earth, this is a financial opportunity that arises from hard work. You have put in the hours, you know your stuff, and it is now paying dividends in the form of new days to show off your expertise. You should also keep your eyes open for anything practical you can do to contribute to your material success. Will you earn more if you do a particular qualification? So, will you earn more money if you specialize in something? You need to look at that. This is the time to invest in it because it is likely to pay off. So, some sort of business partnership is coming in for you. Um, Now, the final outcome is the Three of Wood. Sadness, sadness. Tell us about sadness, okay? There is sadness here, but the state of sadness implies that there is also such a thing as non sadness, or even, dare I say it, happiness. So while this may be a difficult time, you have the seeds of your own recovery in the dried out husk that you are presented with. Take heart and know that things will get better. So basically, what I'm seeing from these cards, I mean, the first four cards, it looks like something was gaining momentum and then it stopped. And now you're going through a period of growth, hermit like energy, being on your own. And sometimes you may feel sad, sometimes you may feel lonely. But if you do the work, you won't feel as lonely if you do the work. And the reason I say that is because from personal experience, I've been doing some work on myself and I haven't felt as bad as I used to feel. But you've got to put in the work. You've got to put in the work to having confidence and building yourself up and letting go of certain lies people have told you in the past. So that's all I have, Scorpio. With well, actually, it's not. I do have the language of the flowers oracle that I wanted to bring out. So we can end on a positive note rather than with the sadness card. Sadness is not a bad thing. You know, there was a movie, I forget what it was called, but it was about all the emotions people have and talked about sadness. So this is the language of the flowers oracle. I'm going to pull one card for the end of this reading, and that'll be it. I've been doing random readings in case you're wondering, like, why hasn't she ordered certain signs a certain way, and why is this sign missing? And I've just been doing random readings. When I feel like it, I do it. I don't have a set schedule yet. Ideally, I would like to be doing this for at least an hour a day, but it is just so hot lately. Like, I guess I could do it in the morning because the morning is the coolest time. It's during the nighttime and the afternoon where it is so hot. So let's pull a flower card for Scorpio. You get Unity. Unity, pyramidal orchid. Okay. Unity. The coming together of forces and people to take on challenges, build legacies, and work together for the greater good. Warrior spirit energy, especially connected with leading groups for a higher purpose. You may find an important choice is coming, so fight for what you want and believe in. If you are seeking affirmation at present, then be assured you now have it. Sacrifice of smaller things needs to be undertaken in order to attain larger goals, okay? Now, the challenges of this card could be timidness and fear. And it says, be careful of any conspiracy, especially one you are drawn into. Okay, so somebody may approach you with a business-like opportunity, but it may or may not be what you want, right? If somebody approaches you and they're a conspiracy theorist and they're like, "Oh, yeah, Scorpio, I don't like the government either. Let's try to, start a revolution." And, just somebody that has all these crazy ideas, like Timothy McVeigh, I would stay away from that. So, it's one thing to be unified. It's another thing to do crazy things that you can never come back from. So you basically got to think about, how things are going to turn out for the future. I mean, we cannot predict the future as far as it's not like I can sit here and be like, I know the future right now. I mean, some people have dreams about the future and they predict, the future that way, but what I'm trying to say is use your logic. If something doesn't seem right about a certain person, don't get involved with them because you don't want to be on the news or involved in a certain situation with somebody who's um, out to do some crazy things. So, um, it kind of reminds me of a friend I had years ago who thought the world was going to end, and he was doing all these crazy things, and I just stopped talking to him because to me, situations like that usually go downhill. So, anyways, thank you for coming to this reading and take care.